Hi, I'm Dorinda from PrimordialDor Tarot, and I'm here to do a Taurus reading today for May the 2nd to May the 5th, 2025. I'm using the Thoth Tarot deck, and I'm going to do a Celtic cross. I'm doing it for the collective of Taurus, so it may resonate, it may not. So take what resonates and leave the rest behind. All right. At this time, I'd appreciate it if you could hit the like and subscribe button. It costs you nothing to subscribe, and it helps me build this channel, and I appreciate it. Thank you. For Taurus. One more shuffle. For Taurus. Just going to cut the deck. All right. All right, calling upon the universe. Can we have some messages for Taurus, please? For Taurus. Some cards, please, for Taurus. Some cards for Taurus, please. Some cards for Taurus, please. All right. All right, Taurus, bottom of the deck's the overall. Ooh, Taurus, we have Mars in Gemini. Nine of Swords, cruelty. Ooh, so early in the morning for that. Okay, Taurus. It's like you've been around some crazy people, hurtful people. You know, they say degrading words, demeaning words to you. They hurt you. And why do I get this card first? Taurus, you know, you got to lose those psychos around you. You know, they'll hurt you. And that's all we want to say about that. Heads up around the people around you, Taurus. Or you've been around people like that. Time to leave that behind. Okay, Taurus, present situation. We have Major Arcana. We have the Death card. Okay, this is rebirth and transformation. Okay, you're changing yourself, I guess. And, you know, it's like a butterfly coming out of the cocoon and becoming the butterfly. Metamorphosis, you know. Who you were yesterday, you're not going to be that next week. You know, you're changing your ideas, your focus, what you're focused on, and things like that. So you're going through a lot of changes. All right, Taurus. Wow. Well, being hurt by psychotic people, that'll make you change your vibration up. That's for sure, right? And, you know, you'll learn not to stay away from those low vibration people. All right, Taurus, your challenge is Moon in Cancer, 4 of Cups, luxury. All right, so, you know, that's nice things, a bit of money, you know, beautiful home or a nice car or some nice clothes to wear, things like that. But this card also is here to teach you that you have to make the right choices with the money you got. And no choice is not good either. You have to make the correct choices so that, you know, the best can be done with the money you have and you don't lose it. Just to hold on to it. You know what I mean? Okay, that's your challenge, is to do the right things with the money. And you are changing yourself all around. All right, Taurus. Okay, bottom position, we have Major Arcana. We have the Emperor card. Okay, well, he's walked all the miles. He knows being poor. He knows being wealthy, and he's the authority. He makes all the decisions, okay? But he does it from experience and knowledge. So, you know, you're being the emperor in your own life now. You've learned a lot from those psychotic people. They probably hurt you. And you're changing because of that situation. You've got the Death card, present situation. And being with crazy people like that hurt you, it moves you to raise your vibration, okay? And take control of your own life and stuff so that doesn't happen again. So you're making the best decisions for yourself at this time. And that's a great thing, Taurus, because going through stuff like that, it makes you a better person, really, because you sharpen right up. Okay. In your past position, which could be yesterday, last week, or 5 years ago, Taurus, we have Jupiter and Leo, Six of Wands, victory. And this is a magnificent card, okay? It's a 6, living in the middle of the tree of life and victory. And, you know, so you've come out of something and you've been victorious. You're out of it. I mean, it could be last week. And now you're making the right decisions for yourself, and you're going to start being victorious, or you already are being victorious. Well, you are, because if you got away from them, death card, rebirth and transformation, it pushes you forward to be a better person and stay in alignment, right? It's a continual finding of alignment. You're in alignment, you're out of alignment. You're around those people, you get knocked out of alignment, okay? And then you work on getting back, and there you go. You got a 6. You're the emperor, making the right calls, Taurus. This is beautiful. Things like that push you forward to be a better person. All right, Taurus. Future position. We have Jupiter and Capricorn, 2 of discs, change. This is a great card, this one. Okay, so change. Change, you're going to change jobs, change your outlook, actually, change your vibration, actually. Okay, Taurus, because you've been through some stuff and you're making the right moves, you know? You're calling the shots with that emperor. You're being victorious, and you're moving forward to something new. Okay, this is change. This could be job, could be relationship. It could be your living situation, anything like that. But change is coming. Well, of course change is coming. Rebirth and transformation and change. This is your present situation. This is your future. All right, Taurus, this is a good reading. Nice. Okay, your near future, Taurus. We have Venus and Scorpio, 7 of Cups to Blockery. Okay, well, this is, you know, some people still lingering around that don't have your best interests at heart. And, you know, they talk about you behind your back and things like that. And you've got to make the right choices, you know. You've learned now. You make the right choices when you meet up with these people. Your overall is this card here, cruelty, which is, you know, really bad people. And this one here, same kind of thing. Same bunch, probably. Okay, so you got away from them. Rebirth, transformation. You're raising up your vibration. Victorious, you're doing change, but in the near future, these ones here, they might, you know, you might run into them and that, but you're a different person now. You've gone through the metamorphosis, so you'll know how to deal with them, okay? And it will be a lot differently, and don't pay them much attention, because that's what they want, is attention. So don't give them any, all right? And then you just vibing high, and you got, you know, you're on your new path, and you're staying in alignment, and and your rebirth and transformation, they won't know who you are. Just don't pay them no attention. But they might show up. They might show up in your experience, Taurus. All right, your internal position, Taurus, you have the Prince of Swords. Okay, so, you know, he rules communication and speaking, and he's looking for his princess, and he's looking for a place to build this new and, you know, creative endeavor. But it's also about thinking. And this is the internal card. What are you thinking, right? He's being pulled by all these little angels or babies here. But as you can see, the reins are loose, you know. They're not reined in. So that's like your thoughts. They're running a little wild right now. And he's got a sword in one hand and the other flail thing in the other hand. And the thoughts are going wild, right? So you may be doing a little bit overthinking right at the present time, Taurus. So you might want to just meditate. Calm down a little bit, because your mind's racing here, all right? And out of control, and creating situations in your mind, you know, that not need be there. I'm sure those people had something to do with that. Anyway, so, you know, you just might be overthinking the situation a little bit, Taurus. All right, in your environment, Taurus, you have the 10 of Swords, ruin. Okay, so that's those people around you, right? A 10 signifies that some timeline in your life is coming to an end. Some situation's coming to an end. Okay? That's what that is, the 10. And the ruin is, you know, I explain it that it's a tamping down of creative ability. You have some creative talents that you're not able to do at this time. You know, if you're a musician, you know, your piano's in storage, you can't fit it in the apartment or something like that. There's some creativity that you like to do, and you can't do it in your present situation. And this is also in your environment. And when you got these two cards, you know, the debauchery and the cruelty card, and this is your environment, ruin, you need to, you know, probably move or just don't go around those people anymore, right? They're out there, they're in your environment. Put those down. And then, you know, you might run into them, right? And, you know, just stay go to different places, try different things so you don't run into them. That's your environment. And they've got you worked up. You're a little bit overthinking, Taurus, you know. But you got some good cards here, Taurus. Now, your hopes and fears, Taurus. You have Sun in Scorpio, 6 of Cups, pleasure. Your second 6 in this reading. A 6 is a beautiful number. It's living in the middle of the tree of life. And this is pleasure. This is all the most beautiful things in life. This card right here, pleasure, okay? You know, it's sensuality and good food, good conversation, being with excellent people and having all the best, you know, everything, the best of everything, the best music and experiences that you can have. And it's your second 6 in this reading. Okay, Taurus, you know, something's happened with some goofy people, but you know what? They're making you a better person because you're raising up your vibration now, okay? And getting in alignment, okay? You're in alignment. You got 2 6s, victory and pleasure. That's a beautiful thing, Taurus. You know, you've made changes. You've made the changes. And the death card, rebirth and transformation, okay? Beautiful. You've changed. So they don't know what the heck happened to you. But you're not playing their games anymore. All right, Taurus, the final card in the outcome of this reading. Sun in Capricorn, 4 of Discs power. So there you go. You've taken your power back, Taurus. All right? They tried to take the power from you, but, you know, they hurt you or whatever. But you come back strong. You changed yourself. You got 2 6s. And you got the change card, and now you're getting a bit of power back in your life. And you work from a place of stability, and you are in control of your own life now. And they're not going to affect you because you know better now. Wow, that was an awesome reading, Taurus. Beautiful. I'd like to conclude with an animal spirit card. Okay, can we have one card for Taurus, please? One card. One card. Wow, look at that. Okay. Horse spirit. Freedom is yours. All right, you've gotten away from them. Freedom is yours. And this horse spirit card, it's a beautiful one. Okay, it's time for you to go play with the other horses, you know, not have the bridle and saddle on, and you go roll in the mud and have fun with like-minded people and play with the other horses. I know this card well. I love this card too. And that's great. It's time for you to let your hair down, not around them. You go with your 2 6s, and away you go, Taurus. That was a beautiful reading. That was fantastic. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you next time.